come on. Like, that's not even, like, come on.
The whole world is about to burn.
What scene do you think The Boys should be known for?
Ooh, a good question.
What scene?
Yeah.
What would it be known for? Oh boy, I gotta go right back to the beginning. The tone setter for the show is when A-Train runs through Huey's girlfriend, and there's bone matter, there's flesh, there's everything. I see pieces of spine, like everything in slow-mo in this panorama.
Good.
I mean, that as a this is the world moment right up front, for me, that's the defining moment of the show. And I mean, this is the world, this is where we're at. and I just love it.
Oh, Lord, that is like...
The whale. I think the whale. The biggest.
Is
the biggest. Metaphorically, physically?
Maybe the finale of the first season, and like when all of the characters finally come together, it's that first season that feels like it's just novel enough to like be introductory, but also summarize the core content of the show.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes that kind of defines the show for me was season 1 in the plane scene, right? It was so well shot and harrowing. That's the real thing. Like if Superman like just didn't give a like he really was selfish, and like that was such a good microcosm, whatever, of the world of the show, you know, where he's like, I don't want to, I can't like, carry a full plane, you know, whatever.
Lift the plane up.
Lift the plane? How? There's nothing to stand on.
And it was, you know, it was just so funny and bizarre.
Never mind the physics. We discussed that for a long time. No, but I got nothing to push off. Hold on.
That was one of my favorite scenes of all time.
Don't get into the physics debate.
And I think fans early on, that was like a huge scene for people. Like, that was such a great scene. So I think that was one of my favorites for sure. That sort of encompasses the world of the show.
It's really hard to beat an exploding penis. I always go back to that. Like, it was the most shocking thing that I had read in the script. I couldn't believe what I was reading. For them to take a superhero character that has existed in other, like in Marvel and DC, like a small, a character that can shrink down in size and do that with that character is just so imaginative and up and twisted and gross.
I mean, it's hard to argue with that one. And I feel like it also, when I got to the show and was shown pictures and found out that penis was, well, at least part of it, was built on the stage, and it was like so high, big enough for a grown man to that it exists somewhere in reality and not just on like the screen in this story. That really added a dimension to me that made it inescapable.
That was diabolical.
It's so awesome to see Gen V cross over with The Boys in season 4. Is there another popular series that you think could cross over into The Boys universe?
White Lotus.
Oh yeah, actually that's a really good answer.
Shouldn't we all go on vacation?
Yes, there's something about that combination that's perfect. Perfect
We should
answer.
have an Eurogasm at one of the White Lotus.
I want to have a whole new season combined with the new White Lotus.
Yeah.
I just want to synergize the two. Brilliant answer.
Like any other
I'm supposed to go on a holiday.
Oh no, I don't want to go on a holiday. I want to find out a murder mystery. I want a true crime to happen on The Boys.
Yep. With a pina colada in hand.
Yeah.
Whenever I stay at a White Lotus, I always have a memorable time.
Fallout. Great.
I'm going to selfishly say Fallout because I've been obsessing over Walton Goggins since I saw him.
God love him.
So long ago in a
that guy.
movie with Robert Duvall, which nobody's seen. But I think he's fantastic, and if the Ghoul could come into our universe for even a second, and I was in a scene with him, I'd be very happy.
That'd be fun. Yeah,
I'm a Goggins fan.
Yeah.
Both of those titles are Prime Video, so we have to make that happen some way, somehow.
That was the other thing as well. Like,
yeah.
I'm hinting. Like,
I'm available for season 2.
Yeah.
Maybe someday.
This doesn't make any sense. I don't know why. I'm thinking like the Olympics. It's not a narrative, but I feel like with the crazy superpowers that people can have in The Boys versus the Olympics and adding competition to it, like there's also the behind scenes, the craziness of the coaches and people watching. I feel like kind of competition would be entertaining.
I want to see Chace skiing with Lindsey Vonn. Like, that's what I would want to see. Deep. on the slopes.
I mean, I'm going like sort of just a tiny little like subplot, just a moment, because this is how VOD is, right? There's always like the show within the show, and I want Great British Bake Off where everyone dies.
I would love to see like a Succession-esque boys situation where like we're all trying to figure out whose hands Vought will land in. Yeah. And like the tone of Succession with the boys, CGI. I don't know. There's something twisted about that.
I am surrounded by snakes and morons.
Antony, we're all curious. Movies and shows like Get Out and Inglourious Basterds and A Clockwork Orange and, of course, The Boys all portray villains who love to drink milk. Why do you think bad guys like Homelander are so often lactose tolerant?
I don't know, man. Well, it's funny. You're right. First of all, I've seen that online. No Country for Old Men. He was a milk drinker as well.
Yeah.
So it started with season 1. Really, it was a rivalry with the baby that was breastfeeding.
Right.
And it was like, this jealous,
Hilarious.
eatable thing. And then it came up in the beginning of season 2. Like lasering a little thing of breast milk, and as a reminder of the woman that betrayed him and he lost. And then after that scene, emailing Eric and saying, we got to do more milk. He was like, way ahead of you. I'm writing milk into everything from here on. And it just became this thing that just is like, now it's just, we're just ambassadors for dairy. I'm waiting for my milk commercial.
Was there a moment where Homelander or any of the Supes were irredeemable? Did anyone go absolutely too far?
Episode 1.
To you?
First time I met every character. First time I met Homelander. First time I met the Deep for sure. For sure.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I mean, listen, those are non-redemptive characters from my perspective, simply because I've been in that character's shoes. I mean, the Deep to me screams like irredemptive, because I will literally walk into that room and he shuts the doors closed and we know what happens beyond that point.
Yeah.
So that's pretty, you turn around and you see that. That's gonna do it for you.
I mean, the thing he does to Starlight in the first episode is pretty, that kind of makes the Deep pretty irredeemable, right? Because it's kind of, you can tell he's done that before, and it's a serial thing for him, and he doesn't even, it's like a rite of passage to him. It's very casual, and that's not great. I mean, and then murder. I mean, again, the plane scene, everything is sort of, everyone's an asshole. It's great. So, sit down.
Antony, what about you? Homelander just has so many moments, right? But is there just one thing he did that's come on, man, that was too far?
No, I think I read the scripts. I see where we're going, and if anything, I try and take it further. I'm not afraid of going to the dark places with the character, and I think it's not every show that you get to do that. And so whilst we have a good run on this show, I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to exploit it. So I love what we do on the show. I love how we do it, and I think there's always an element of humor with a lot of the gore, a lot of the darkness and all that. There's a lot of light in the shades, so yeah, really enjoy it.
Irredeemable as he is, it's the human moments that we see glimpses of that makes you want to know more about him.
Yeah.
I feel like I savor those scenes.
Yeah.
And therefore I don't really want him to die off quickly or anything, because what's behind all of this craziness.
This is when the Starlight in me comes out, because I'm Homelander, kill them both. I'm just no. The chair. Because I was there, and there's something really interesting about being in those scenes that I just hit him with a chair. Yeah, that's exactly right.
As an audience member, there's no such thing as too far. As an audience member, I just want to see them keep going.
Yeah, as characters though, 90% of the time, anything that they do is irredeemable. I mean, the first thing that the Deep does is make Starlight give him a you know what I mean, as a welcome situation.
Yeah.
A-Train shooting up Popclaw with V and giving her an overdose. There's so many moments in this show that you're it canceled to the max. But that's the world we live in, is that Ashley has to come in and fix it and make it look like it's all fine. Everything's fine.
PR is drafting a response as we speak. Acknowledgement, apology, action.
No. Apology? No.
Which adorable looking animal would be absolutely terrifying if they were injected with Compound V?
A manta ray.
A manta ray.
Manta ray.
What's even going on with a manta ray? What do I even
A manta? Why do you love your manta rays?
I am with them in Hawaii.
Are they adorable?
And they're the cutest.
I just thought of my dogs.
Ever. Yeah, but like some rays are poisonous, but the ones I was swimming with
they'd be
were
really
not.
Bunny rabbit.
Bunny.
What about a one of those really cute little monkeys that we domesticate that we're not meant to, that are like adorable, that you see in Cambodia? I saw one and they domesticate them and that's not good for them. They're like those tiny monkeys that we all see on Instagram, and then you see them in real life and it's really sad.
A butterfly. I'm trying to think of things that are like inherently non-threatening to people.
Yeah. Or like the Highland cows. Those are cute.
I don't know.
Highland cows are cute. I want that for my birthday. Anyone out there that wants to give me a Highland cow tour? I asked for it this
Get
year.
it, Erin.
And,
Karen.
My friends have saved me.
Any copy?
You didn't ask me. I
did ask you.
No, I would have brought you. You did not.
You did it.
I would have brought you.
Cast trip.
a party
We gotta go on a
instead.
cast trip after this.
The party was great.
Cast trip.
Okay.
Coral. They're like those nuts, like with their little tails, like
Pigeons.
Pigeons.
Like New York City pigeons.
They're also just terrifying without Compound V.
Right, exactly. They're already terrifying.
Any kind of dog, like, suddenly on your lap, like, no fun, terrifying.
If your character was a presidential candidate or politician, what would be their campaign walk-on song?
I Will Survive.
I can't think of the title, but I had a playlist. And there's a very early Kesha song. There's a line where she's talking about like Jesus on my necklace. It's like a line. Necklace.
Please improv that in some scene in season 5. Jesus on your necklace, please.
I got it.
Mine is death metal.
Yours is yours
Death
is
metal. Yours is apple bottom jeans.
And mine is Bad Bitches by Rick Ross. Is that the title? I love bad bitches, my problem. Yeah, like problems.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
Great.
That's it.
Great.
I think I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother. Like, Sage is whatever she needs to be in the moment to get the reaction that she needs to get. She's all over the map.
Do you think there's a true hero in this show?
True hero.
I mean, like.
Yeah.
I mean, I volunteered. Can we just like it's not because it's me. Come on, like come on, like that's not even like come on. She's crazy. I mean,
It's me.
I can't. No, I just feel like such a selfish asshole. But it's like, come on.
I think
like,
Scarlett, but I also think Huey is
I know,
like
but like a hero. But like
yeah.
a hero.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. Like, he's not a hero. Like, he's not a
She's
superhero.
heart-pitching herself.
No, I'm sorry, but like, even if I watch me, there's
done nothing.
for me. No, but like he can't even lift me up, like probably,
So
and I can like lift him. Like
And
I'm
that's
so
the qualifier, right?
I'm not trying to defend. Seriously, if it weren't me, I would still say it was Stalin. Can we not pretend like a man?
I agree. Can I throw one more, Karen? I have to say I do love Kimiko so much. I just think there's so much heart to her. She means so well, and I don't know. I'm always rooting for Kimiko.
Those are my 3. It's you, Huey,
It's me and you.
I'm always like
not a
they're
hero
like this
to me, like physically. It's you. Yeah, it's us.
If there was a true hero, it would be along the lines of Huey and Annie, despite where their characters are going through all these things, but ultimately they're the conduit for the audience, right? So there's I can't look at anyone else. I mean, Butch is a serial killer.
That's true. Yeah.
So and he's the opposite end of the spectrum to Homelander. So and everyone is in various points within that spectrum. So I think those two would be the real life heroes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Huey.
His speech that he makes when he makes his appeal to add Victoria to the boys, I found it really moving. It's like, who are we if we don't always reach for humanity? If we can't forgive, we can't show compassion. We do not have to become monsters in order to deal with the monsters. And that his dedication to that belief, I think, is really helpful. And like what you need to hold on to.
I never thought of that. Obviously,